Good morning. Well, it's looking like it's going to be another fantastic day. However, we have seen a little bit of rain in the last few days. The day before yesterday and the day before that, we saw some very heavy rain in the afternoon, 5 o'clock up until 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. I also got wet coming back from Krabi, and it makes me wonder whether the rains are starting early this year. Normally we don't see any rain until mid-April, but May has seen on and off a few showers. So I did think that the summer was going to be a late start this year, but I might be wrong, and we could be seeing a change in the weather, moving to more showery weather. So we have to make the best of these sunny days. So I'm going to finish my drink, which I haven't had for a few days, and then we'll get into the video. Any ideas where I am this morning? Looking fantastic. Let's go for a little walk. The sun is certainly shining today. Wow. Wasn't expecting this amount of people here. You might be able to guess now because of the plane coming in just over there. We're actually on Mai Khao Beach, which is the longest beach here in Phuket, or on Phuket. And we're not far away from the viewing point where the planes land, so we're right near to the back of Phuket International Airport. And in a moment, as that plane makes its way in, you will be able to see the plane very, very closely indeed. A lot of people come down here and of course take selfies. There are quite a few people here. I wasn't expecting it to be as busy. There's always people here, but I didn't expect quite the amount that's on the beach. See now the plane making its way in. It's been about a month ago since I covered the Mai Khao area, and I did say on that video that I would come and take a look at Mai Khao Beach. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. It is lovely today. That water looks fantastic as well in Mai Khao. Absolutely fantastic. But you will probably have noticed that the lack of sunbeds here, the lack of commercialization, which is really nice to see, if I'm honest, because the southern part of the island, I'm getting to the point where I feel it's a little bit over commercialized. There's no end to it. As we saw on a recent video that I did on Katta's Beach, it's just been overwhelmed by the parasols and sunbeds, and in some respects spoiling a very, very nice beach. I still love the beach, of course, but I feel that it's become a little bit too over commercialized. I prefer a more natural beach with, of course, a few amenities near to the beach. Obviously you've got to be able to buy some food and drink. I understand that when you're coming to the beach for the day, you don't really want to be having to drive miles away from the beach every time you want a drink or some food. Totally understand the need for some facilities, but it's that fine line that I was talking about that has now been crossed, and it's got to the point where it's really just too much. You know, you don't need food and drink every 10 meters, and here you haven't got it. There's a little bit. See, here one of the planes getting ready to take off by the sounds of it. So they're landing in this direction and taking off in the other way. The last time I filmed the beach, it was the other way around, so it's nice to see the planes coming in. And they normally come in every few minutes for landing. And there's a spot just over the back where you can get some food and drink, of course, but isn't this beach lovely without all those beach chairs? Absolutely fantastic. So if you want a more natural beach, then the northern part of the island is going to suit that at the moment. Obviously, over time, commercialisation is creeping into all parts of Phuket, and we are seeing Mai Khao. I've been riding around this morning actually looking for the best spot to come down into the beach, because there's several areas that you can come onto Mai Khao because it's such a long beach, and there is an awful lot of building going on in this area as well. I've spoken about this in the Laguna, Bantao area, Chuntalay, a lot of building going on. So they've developed the southern part of the island quite heavily here in Phuket, but the northern part is still being developed. So in the next 5 to 10 years, obviously, we're going to see a lot of commercialisation coming towards the northern part, and the northern part has some fantastic beaches, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous. I just feel like going and taking a swim. It's that nice. Now, just in front of me, just down there, even though it is actually part of Mai Khao Beach, Nayang's beach is in the national park, the Sirinat National Park, I believe it's called. And if you enter that park, that side via the roads, because it's in a national park, you will have to pay a fee. Fees for national parks vary, but they can be as much as 400 baht for foreigners. So just be careful of that if you're coming here. Another one coming in. We're going to get a little bit of a closer view this time because we're a little bit close to the landing runway. So if you are an aeroplane enthusiast, an aeroplane spotter, then this is going to be your heaven, to say the least, because you can get very close to these planes that are landing. As you can see, all the people that come here to take selfies, etc. So a great little spot, but still relatively undeveloped up here. So if you're coming here, bring a beach mat, something to lie on the sand, because you aren't going to find the beach chairs here, not at the moment anyway. Just over the back you can probably just see some parasols through the trees. There is an area where you're going to get food and drink from, just over there, and of course there's some accommodation over the back as well, quite large accommodation, some nice hotels in this area, private villas, etc. So if you're looking for accommodation, you can easily find it here. There's some really nice accommodation, to be honest. Looks like another plane getting ready to lift off. So Phuket Airport, of course, very busy airport. Or maybe that's the one that's landed and he's just parking up. I thought he was going to be taking off, but it doesn't look like he is. Not for a minute anyway. I might be wrong, I don't know what he's doing. I can see a few planes actually moving over the back. So, drop me some comments in the section down below. Let me know what you think to this beach. Do you prefer less commercialised beaches like Mai Khao Beach here in the northern part of Phuket, or aren't you bothered by commercialisation? Let me know your feelings. I like to get feedback from people. A lot of people commenting on the channel, and it's nice to see and read. I do try to read all the comments. I don't necessarily answer everyone, of course, because of time, but I do my best. where an answer is warranted. I do try to answer people's questions. Really, really nice. Come and spend a few hours. And as you can see behind me, there are trees, so there's a tree line, so you're going to be able to find some shade if you're worried about that, because obviously middle of the day it does get very hot, especially at the moment in March. Even though we are seeing a little bit of rain, it is still very, very hot indeed, let me assure you. In the mid to high 30s some days, very hot indeed. So you need to keep hydrated. You need shade really from 12 till 3 in the afternoon. It's best to take some shade because the sun can be deceiving here. Phuket does get quite a good breeze on most days, like today. You can see people's clothing, etc., flapping about. And that can disguise the heat and you can quickly get burnt, so be careful of that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this look at Mai Khao, and I'm glad to see that it is still relatively uncommercialised. So if that's your idea of a beach, then make your way to the northern part of Phuket. No matter where you're staying, obviously you can travel up if you've got some transport. Come and check this beach out, bring a beach towel, bring a beach mat. You're going to love it. You're going to be able to watch the planes coming in. You can see another one coming in the distance. So we've had 3 since I've started recording, so pretty regularly they land. So if you're into that, you can sit here, get some rays, swim in the sea and watch the planes land. And as I've mentioned, you're not too far away from food and drink as well. So thanks for watching. Of course, if you've enjoyed the video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Only a baby one, that one.